What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tiffany Williams. glitz.mytiff.com is my blog. And today, you see I don't have any makeup on because I'm actually about to do my makeup. I'm getting ready for a photo shoot. And I thought I should just chat about modeling. Actually, it's so interesting because it's 2025 now. And I started modeling in 2005. So this is my 20th year of modeling. And it's been an interesting journey. I feel like I haven't talked really much about modeling lately just because there's been a lot of ups and downs within my, I guess, career, if you could say, because I'm not just a model. I do a lot of different things creatively. So I haven't had just a straight modeling career, and also I'm not signed to an agency or anything like that. I'm freelance. So that's a whole nother thing than being signed, which I know people who are signed, and I have friends and people around me and people that I actually work with often that are signed. And sometimes talking to them, it's interesting, being on that side versus being on the side that I'm on. And I'm kind of grateful for my progression and things that I've been doing. But I have worked with agencies, so that's a thing as well. I've been able to be submitted to things on an agency's behalf just by them knowing me. Which I'm gonna get into a few things. I just kind of want to share some tips and things like that and things that I've learned along the way as I do my makeup. So yeah, just keep watching, especially if you're interested in just knowing about the modeling industry, or maybe you are a model yourself and maybe you can just learn something from my journey, because it's been a long one and it's still going. I'm still constantly learning things along the way, especially as social media has come into play. There's so many things, and I feel like things are, I don't want to say easier, because being in this industry is still hard, but because of social media, a lot of times you can be seen a little bit easier than before. So there's that whole thing too. But yeah, grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea or whatever, and we'll chat. And I'm probably not going to be sharing the makeup products and stuff that I'm using. I'm just going to be talking about different things as I'm doing my makeup. I have some time to chat. That's why I'm doing this. I decided to get ready early because I thought about doing this video actually this morning. I was like, you know what? I should film a video and talk about modeling, because I don't feel like I've really shared much in a while as far as my journey and things to think about and things to realize, because like I said, this industry is crazy and it can be a lot, and if you're not prepared, that can be a whole thing too. So I hope by me sharing tips and things like that this will help you prepare, or just kind of learn maybe stuff that you didn't know about, or maybe you're not a model, maybe you're just watching because you know who I am and just interested in knowing about this side of life, or my life. Okay, so like I said, I started in 2005, and I had just graduated out of high school actually when I first started modeling. Actually, I wanted to be a model way before that time, but my parents, they were not down for that. They were like, we don't know about that industry, which, I mean, in hindsight, in retrospect, I definitely understand where they're coming from now, because it's wild. And they just weren't in the space of wanting to be a part of that side of things. And it's a lot. I get it. I get it now. I was upset then. Definitely man, y'all don't want me to be great. But they're like, wait till you get older And if it's something you want to do and you really want to pursue, like we'll talk about it then. So I didn't start modeling till after I got out of high school, and like more so when I got into college, because I was now more able to make my own decisions because I was now an adult. And I went to modeling school, which tip number one, you don't need to go to modeling school. You don't have to go to a whole school, but I will say that it's good to learn from other people and learn from people that have been in the industry for a while, and just get some like footing and like tips and stuff under your belt as you go along, because this is not really a space that's like a regulated space, honestly. So I feel like there's no right or wrong way to really start, but at the same time, there are people that have like the knowledge that you may need to get started, and just also technique, because especially if you're wanting to do like runway or like wanting to just learn how to be on set of like photo shoots or even commercials and things like that, like it's good to just like take classes and like do workshops and things like that. So like I went to modeling school, but I also like went to like acting classes and I did workshops and stuff on my own, because I really wanted to like immerse myself into all those different things. And I've been able to like do work on TV and do commercial type of stuff, and do all different things, which it is good to be well-rounded. I'm grateful that I just took a chance on me and just dove into different things. Also, I have a background in dance, so I feel like being a dancer has helped me a lot in modeling, which I'll explain. Especially with posing and like movement and like things like that. Like that has definitely helped me in that aspect a lot. So I suggest like just taking classes and just like learning techniques and different things from people in like all genres. That'll definitely help you out like in the long run for sure. So yeah, I started in modeling school. And another reason why I say you don't need to go to modeling school, because like these modeling schools be selling you a dream and it's not really reality. And me being new, not really knowing much about the industry, like I just knew what I saw like on TV, like Top Model, and I knew what I saw like in magazines, and I knew that like I wanted to be in a magazine. I knew I wanted to do runway and do photo shoots, and I knew I wanted to do all these things. I just didn't know where to start. And back in 2005, things were definitely different than they are now. That social media was not a thing. There was so much I had to figure out on my own, because there wasn't really like people teaching you things. There weren't really people out there like telling you, like we had Top Model on TV. And I feel like that was like an introduction to like the behind the scenes of like how modeling really kind of was, but it wasn't really all the way what it was, if that makes sense. So I had no idea what I was really getting myself into, to be honest. I just knew that I wanted to do it. And looking back, like I'm kind of happy I did all the things that I did, to be honest, because like I wouldn't have learned as much as I feel like would have maybe now, because things are definitely like things are way different. But anyway, I went to like a few different like modeling type of school situations, but it did help me to, I did learn stuff, but at the end of the day, I feel like I didn't really need as much schooling as I thought that I did, like, because I learned so much with just like going out and doing things on my own. Because like I said, I've been freelance, I've never been signed, but I've been able to meet so many people along the way, which connections and like meeting people is so important. And making friends and like being in community, like all those things are huge when it comes to like building your brand. Because I mean, you are a brand. Like when you start modeling, you start doing these different things, like you're the face, you're representing other people, but like you are a brand yourself. And that was one thing that I learned and realized day one. Like, yes, I want to work with people, but like I also have to represent myself. My nose is running. So within that, I feel like it's important to build your own career in the way that you want it to go. And especially now, I feel like being signed is an added bonus. But like if you haven't built yourself up to be marketable and be one of those people that people want to work with, then you don't really have a chance of somebody wanting to work with you. And that's not saying that like you can't get into like a development contract, but like if you are able to develop yourself and then go into an agency or like find management and stuff and have a path for yourself that you know that you want to go into, that will, I feel like, help you to be more appealing to these people that are agents and agencies and like all those things. Because like I said, times are different now, so take with that as you will. But yeah, I definitely learned in the beginning that I am a brand and I have to build myself in a way that I want to be seen, which is why I started my blog actually. And I wanted to find ways for myself to be recognized and just put myself out there and just see like if I could find people to work with in that way. And actually, me having a blog and then like when social media started rolling around and stuff, oh my gosh, I can't speak. It has actually helped me a ton. And it's actually has helped me to stand out. And also like within my blog, I started sharing literally everything I was working on, all the people I was working with, different aspects of modeling that I was learning. I've been able to do so many different things like within modeling. That I've been on TV. I've done tons of fashion segments locally. I live in San Diego, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm in San Diego, California. So like I have done a lot of stuff between San Diego and Los Angeles. So I feel like I have kind of an advantage being in San Diego because I am so close to LA. But also at the same time, there is an industry here, or I feel like that's a whole nother thing too. Like things were different back in the early 2000s than they are now in San Diego. And people that were here back at that time, like doing stuff, they know what I'm talking about, like when I say that, because it was a different time. Like there was so many different shows. I was literally in a fashion show like every single week. I was constantly like, I hit the ground running. Like I went to college in LA. So I did some modeling in LA. I'm just like jumping around at this point, but I'm just like sharing my story. So I did start doing modeling in LA. And let me tell you the amount of LA is a whole experience. Like you have to be prepared and ready for, I feel like, any and everything. And you have to be ready to go. And if you're not, you will get left behind, honestly. So I learned a lot in LA. I feel like LA built me as a model. It prepared me for different things. And then coming back to San Diego, I was like in it to win it. But yeah, I was able to do like Fashion Week in LA. I snuck into shows, got into shows because people saw me like outside of it. I was like, hey, are you a model? Do you want to be in a show? Listen, it was a wild time, but like I said, I learned so much. I met so many people. I built my portfolio quite a bit in LA, and I was able to just like start just doing things that I really wanted to do like within the industry. So coming back to San Diego, I had no idea if there really was anything here until I like started looking up stuff. Like Craigslist was like a big thing back in the day. And then also Facebook, like they had a ton. I mean, they still do now, but like I said, it's different. But Facebook was like my online portfolio and also like my booking agent. Because I would book things back to back all the time on Facebook. And also, like I said earlier, like community, having community and building a network and like knowing people is so important. And it can kind of make or break, because there's some people that like you may run into that you don't really enjoy working with, and that's okay too. Like you can kind of weed out people as you go along, which I definitely have within working in this industry. And it's okay to say no. Like that's another important thing to think about. Like you don't have to do every job. You don't have to say yes to every opportunity, because like if it doesn't feel right for you, then, and if you don't feel like it's something you really want to do, don't do it. Like it's not worth your time. And yeah, getting into stuff that like you really don't feel strong about, or if you have a bad feeling about something, go with your gut and be okay with saying no. There will be other opportunities. And another thing that I feel like especially new models now need to understand is that modeling is a privilege. It's not a right. Be grateful and be thankful when somebody wants to work with you, and be very gracious, and don't feel like yeah, just don't feel like that you have this, don't have a high and mighty attitude. Like don't be a diva. It's not nice. And being nice is better than being rude. Never be rude to people, even if they're rude to you, because people will be rude to you in this industry. Like it is a thing. But at the same time, like you have to take that with a grain of salt, and you have to move on. Because some people, like, they just don't know how to control their emotions, and you have to make sure that you are okay within yourself and know that there's things that are not your fault. There's things that are out of your control, and you just have to move with that. I caught a cold like a couple weeks ago, and I still have this lingering cough. So I will be clearing my throat throughout this whole entire video. Probably. So sorry in advance. We're working this out. But yeah, so hold on. But yeah, working on you and knowing your worth, and just learning about yourself, I feel like is an important thing to think about when getting into this industry, because like I said, it's crazy. And people may talk to you all different kinds of ways. And you have to know like for yourself that you have to be strong. Like you have to be strong to be a part of this industry, because it may break you. And I've seen people like go into a downward spiral within this industry, and that's not okay. So making sure that you are okay and you're healthy and that you're able to stay sane, I feel like is more important than trying to book a ton of things that don't make sense. So think about those things like as you were pursuing this career, because it's not nice a lot of times. It's not going to be peachy. And if you're not built for it, and if, like I said, if you're not built, you're not ready, and you're not prepared, people can and will eat you alive. So, like I said, know what you want to do. That's number one. Know your values and like the things that you really want to go for. And if there's things that do not align with that, then it is okay to walk away. It's okay to say no. Because for myself, I said yes to like everything. And looking back, there's a lot of things that I was just like, I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to be a part of that. I didn't need to do any of those things. But also, within doing so, I learned the things that I wanted to do, the parts of modeling that I wanted to be a part of, because there's so many different genres in modeling. There's so many different like angles and different things that you can go after. There's no, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to get started, but have an idea of what you want to do. And I feel like give yourself a list of those things and kind of see like what you want to pursue. And I feel like that's so helpful because I just did any and everything and I didn't need to be honest. I really didn't. But like I said, there wasn't really like a ton of people at the time that I started modeling that was really like a mentor or like anything like that, because I feel like we were all doing similar things. We were all just along for the ride and the journey. Like, I don't even know how to explain it more than that. Like, we were all in the same boat, like trying to figure it out. And there's so many people that I know and that I have met along the way that I don't even think that they're modeling anymore. Because like a lot of people have started families and they started doing like other things. But like there was so many people that like we literally would see everybody, like every single person at the same shows and stuff. And like back in the day, nobody was really getting paid either. That was another thing, like trying to figure out like how to get paid and like how to build like relationships with paid opportunities was like 0 to none, like back at that time too. So now that I have like all this experience, like people actually, there's been more people now that are like asking like, what are your rates? And like, you're asking me that for real? Like, it's crazy. Because back in the day, like nobody was really paying anybody. I mean, still now, like it's hard. But because I have the experience that I do have, or like there's people that meet me that have no idea. And that's another thing, like do your research, learn about what people are doing, who they are, people that have worked with certain people. Ask questions, like do not be afraid to ask questions. And it's okay, like if you don't get a response, if somebody doesn't want to help you out or like whatever, but like be willing to ask. I am a person that like figures things out on their own, and I don't ask a ton of questions a lot of times because I just like to like see. Or I just like, such an observer of people and like observer of things. I just kind of see like how things go and I'm willing to take a risk. But if you're not one of those people, it's okay to ask questions and be like, what is this? What's going on? Like, all those things. Like, be willing to ask. It's okay. Ask the questions. And if people don't want to answer you, that's fine. Just move on. But yeah, so I feel like I'm just like talking all over the place, but there's just like so many things that I've learned along the way that like I don't regret like the things that I've done, but like there's things I look back on that I'm like, I would have done that differently now if I knew what I knew. But like at the same time I didn't know. So like it is what it is, you know what I mean? So that's why I was just like, let me share like a few things. Man, another important thing is to know your worth and know like what you want. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, like with everything I'm sharing, just knowing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and the ways that you want to do things like within this industry, I feel like it's super important. Because if you don't have like an idea of like how you want things to go for yourself, you'll just be doing any and everything, and not having an actual direction can actually hurt you. And in the beginning for myself, like I wanted to do nothing but runway. Like runway was my thing. And also I had really bad acne back in the day, so nobody wanted to book me for photo shoots. And I knew that that was a thing. Nobody wanted to tell me that in front of my face. But I knew deep down that people didn't want to book me because I didn't have clear skin. That was my reality. But nobody wanted to say that to my face. And I wish that people were more honest, honestly. Because a lot of people, they don't want to hurt people's feelings. My feelings would have never been hurt because, like I said, I've built such tough skin. Like, there's things that I know. And there's, like I said, there's things, I'm an observer. I'm an observer. I can tell when people feel weird and strange about things and they're not telling the whole truth. But I can definitely like feel when there's like weird energy and like things going on in rooms and spaces that I'm in that people don't want to tell me certain things at certain times, like whatever it is. It could be something that's not even like that deep, but I can always tell when like people want to say things to me but they don't actually say them to me. Like, it's so weird. And it happens to me often. And I'd be like, are y'all okay? And people make up so many excuses, and kind of just like read that and take that also and kind of move accordingly. Because if you feel uncomfortable in certain situations, or if like something feels weird and off, it probably is 9 times out of 10. So there's a lot of people that I will never work with again, and there's people that have like treated me like not really nice, and like I didn't feel comfortable in the situations that I was in. And I'm just like, okay, well, these are people that I will not associate with because I didn't feel like they wanted me to be there. And that happens sometimes, not to everyone, but sometimes there's people that just, like I said, are not nice, and you could be so nice to them and they kind of just like treat you like you're nothing. And know that that's okay to walk away from too. I've definitely walked off of sets. I've been on photo shoots where I left because I wasn't treated fairly. There's been situations and like different things that, yeah, just haven't been fair. And I'm like, okay, y'all ain't paying me, so like it doesn't make sense for me to be here. So I'm gonna go. My battery died. Oh my gosh, my battery died. But I think all I was saying was basically you have a choice. You're able to pick your own path and to decide what it is that you want to do within your career, or like just even if it's just something that you're doing on the side. Like I said, modeling is it's an opportunity, and it's a privilege. It's something that I feel like if you work hard and you really want to be a part of this industry, it can really do big things for you. And kind of like and also, yeah, your career is kind of like what you make it, and it's okay to create your own path in your own way. Like for myself, I knew that I always wanted to be a model, but I knew that I wanted to create things and do other things for myself as well. So that's what I've done, and that's what I continue to do, and that's what I did. And I'm still building. Like I'm not doing what I want to do full time yet. I'm still figuring things out. And also there's been like inconsistencies within my journey too, so that's like a whole thing. So I'm working on being more consistent this year and really create the path that I really want for myself, and continue to build my own brand, me being me, and yeah, just figuring things out along the way. I will continue to say that this journey I feel like it is what you make it. And if you really want to be a part of it, part of this life, or be part of entertainment or whatever it is, like you have to do things on your own. There's a lot of stuff you have to do on your own. There's not going to be anybody there holding your hand unless like you ask for advice. And if you ask for things, if you ask for help, like there will be people that are there to help you. But if you just kind of just don't do anything and don't try, then nothing's gonna happen for you. So I just continue to just like try and keep like pushing for the things that I want personally. And also I always think about things that like nobody else is doing, and think about how I can stand out and be able to build upon that. And that's something that has actually helped me a lot, because actually last year I worked with a brand, and I work with a lot of local brands, which is cool. Here in San Diego, I'm able to work with like a lot of local people, and like different people will find me on social media, which that's another thing to think about. Like when you're freelance, like you have to continue to like just keep stepping out there and just like sharing the things that you're doing, and show that you're working towards something, and show that you're really serious about your craft and like the things that you really want to do. Or else like I feel like nobody really believes you if you ain't doing nothing. Like how are you supposed to be saying that you want to model and you ain't out there doing photo shoots and like building your portfolio, and you're not like out there trying to like go to castings and like looking for the things that like you need to be at, going to events, networking. Like if you're not doing any of those things, like nobody's gonna really believe you. So me constantly sharing stuff on social media has actually helped me so much. And I booked a shoot last year literally based off of my Instagram. Like what was she? Was she the creative director? I think she was the creative director. She had reached out to me because she saw me on Instagram, and she asked me to be a part of a brand shoot, and I'm literally all over their marketing now. And she asked what my rates were, asked me like how long, like if I would be able to be booked from like this time to this time, and just like made sure I was taken care of. And like everybody within the brand was like super sweet, super nice. Like they made sure that like I was comfortable on set, and like gave me all the details and like so many things, and like it was so fun. But my point is, post your stuff, post your things on Instagram, post your things on whatever platform that you use for social media. I feel like Instagram is like a big thing for me, and like I've been able to leverage my Instagram platform more than anything else. That and my blog. Between my blog and my Instagram, it has helped me to like do so many different things because I share my own personal experiences in everything that I do. And a lot of people are looking for that. They want to know like what it is that you're doing and what you're working on. And they want to know like the way how you think about stuff personally too. And like how you're representing yourself, and do you have a personality? Like more than ever, I think it's best to show your personality in a way that like people can see it. And sometimes I get booked just off of that. Like people just like the videos that I share, or like even my recaps and like different events that I'm attending. Like I just do the things that make sense to me. And if people like it and like respond to it, cool. If not, I'm like, I did that for myself to be able to share the things that I like and that I'm interested in. And that is why I started my blog too. That's another reason why I started my blog, because I just wanted to share my interests and things that I liked outside of modeling. Because like I said, I didn't want to just be seen as some other model. I wanted to be seen as like a full package. Like I can create stuff, I can help on set. Like I've been able to do castings, I've been able to help cast models for different things. I've created my own fashion shows. Like I've done so many different things behind the scenes, both on camera and like behind the scenes. So I can do whatever I want at this point. And you're allowed to do that. Like you're allowed to pick and choose the things that you really want to see and figure out. Maybe like being behind the camera is something that you enjoy more than actually modeling in front of camera. Like there's opportunities for that. There's so many opportunities, but just like you have to open up and like see what those things are for you and go out and pursue those things. And I think that's really what I want to get across in this video. Like you are able to do whatever it is that you want within this industry. And there's so many opportunities out there. You just have to find them and be willing to go out and like just take the time to learn and grow within the craft that you want to grow in. Because like I said, nobody's going to tell you how to do anything usually in this industry. Like you kind of just have to start. You have to be a self-starter, and you have to be able to figure things out along the way and ask questions. Ask questions. Always be willing to learn from people and observe and just see like if things feel right. And if things feel right, go with it. If it feels weird, I'll say no. Don't do it. So yeah, all in all, I feel like I'm at a point now, like I said, I'm just trying to be more consistent, and I have taken breaks. Like it's okay to take a break, because there was a point in time where I feel like I just got so burnt out because like I said in the beginning or like earlier in this video, I said yes to everything. I said yes to like all the things. I was in like everybody's shows. I was that model that was everywhere, and everybody knew me. Everybody knew me. It was a wild time in the early 2010s. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I was like at everybody's show. I went to like all the casting calls. I just wanted to just get as much as I could out of but yeah, I wanted to do as much as I could and like get the most out of everything in whatever way possible, to be honest. but I also got tired and really burnt out, and I just kind of like walked away from modeling for a while. And people thought like I wasn't interested in modeling. I was just like, no, I just need a break. When you are the person that people are calling like for any and everything, sometimes that's a problem. Like it really is. And I just, yeah, I got so tired and burnt out. And then there was, like I said, there was different things that like I just didn't want to do anymore. And I think that was hard for people when I was kind of like, no, I'm not interested. I want to do that. And so I feel like especially in the past, like 5, 6 years probably now, maybe 7 or 8, I don't know. There's a lot of things I just don't do. People don't see me much anymore. When they do see me, they're like, girl, where you been? I'm like, in my skin, I'm still out here doing stuff. I'm just not in the scene like that anymore. And it's okay not to be in the scene, because I was the girl in the scene. I was everywhere. I was everywhere in anywhere. And there's places I didn't need to be. Honestly. Looking back, there's places I was just like, I did not need to be there, but I was there. I am looking for, oh, this brush. So yeah, learn from me. Say no. Say no. You don't need to be everywhere. It is okay to not be everywhere. I put way too much contour powder. Oh my god, help. But yeah, I feel like in the past like several years now, I've definitely just like laid low, and I focused on just working on myself, like personally, like as a personal brand, and focus on like the things that I really love to create. And also I've been able to book jobs along the way though at the same time, and there's people that I work with often now, and they're like my go-to people basically. And anybody else that's extra, like different things come along the way, and I can just continue to share. I continue to share like the things that I'm working on, and keep continuing to build my portfolio, which is, your portfolio is so important. Like that's something that you should continue to nurture, because things are always changing. Like the way how you look is changing, especially as you get older, because now I'm in my late 30s. I still look young and vibrant. Like I'm very grateful for that. I take care of my skin as best as I can. I make sure that I eat well, and I exercise, which I don't have a regimented workout plan right now, but it is what it is. I'm doing my best. And yeah, there's just like different things that change along the way that like just have to pay attention to and be aware of. But like I said, at the same time, like you are a brand. So however you're building yourself up, it's important to keep up with that and stay consistent. At the end of the day, stay consistent. And if you get tired of something, or if you don't want to do something anymore, I feel like that's okay too. What time is it? 10:27. Okay, I'm about to finish up my makeup, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to like come on and share like a few things. If you like videos like this, or if you like want to know more about like modeling or just different specific things, I'd love to share. I love to talk about different things within modeling. I feel like I need to share more things within my journey, and just like help somebody else if they're wanting to do or like be a part of this industry. And yeah, there's so many different things along the way to consider. And not everybody's journey is the same too. Like this industry, there's no right or wrong way to get started. I'm going to continue to say that because people always ask me all the time, like, how did I get started? I'm like, I got started this certain way, but you don't need to take that route. It's okay to find a different route or find like the best route that works for you, and just go and do those things that you love if you love it. And I think that that's important too. Like, be a part of this because you are passionate about it and you love it, and don't think that you're gonna like get rich quick, because let me tell you, no. No. You have to have more passion and grit than, I feel like, anything. Like, yeah, because modeling is part of like the entertainment industry at the end of the day. And if you learn anything about like musicians, anything like that, like their journey is long, it's hard. It's the same within fashion and modeling. Like there's little to no money for a long time, I feel like, and then you start to like build, or like people get lucky, I feel like, in all different ways, and but you have to be able to keep up with that too. So that's another thing to think about. Like, yeah, everybody's journey is different, but I hope by me sharing mine, it's helpful in a way. I don't know if anything in this video made sense at all, but I just kind of wanted to like chit chat and talk and get some things out there. And yeah, I'll definitely share more and continue to share my journey along the way within this industry, being a creative, being a model, being a blogger. Like, I do so many different things. So I definitely want to talk more about like the different aspects of the things that I do, because I feel like people see me in one thing, but they don't realize that I do all of it, which I feel like that's a whole other conversation. I'm a multi-hyphenate. Like, I always have been, I always will be. I don't do just one thing, and I love it. I love it here. But anyway, if you like this kind of video, want me to chat more about things, I cannot speak today, oh my god. Want me to chat more about different topics and things, please let me know. Leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and I will chat with y'all soon. Bye. Deja vu.